Before COVID, eviction moratoria were almost unthinkable. But EBHO stepped up to work in collaboration with coalitions across California and the East Bay to stop as many pandemic evictions as possible. Now, Alameda County has some of the strongest tenant protections in the state, if not the country. Even Contra Costa, after decades of disregarding renters and communities of color, has agreed to limit evictions and invest in help for low-income tenants. Stopping evictions in a pandemic? This is about uplifting safety for our Black and Brown community members. So I'm proud that EBHO has supported calls for divesting from policing in prisons and investing in housing, health, and healing for residents of color.
This year, I'm really excited because we have flexed our organizational strength and our relationship with community organizations and partners. The work is not done yet, but we remain the thought leaders on the housing piece of the Community Benefits Agreement for Howard Terminal, and we are determined to win what our community deserves. Additionally, the Leadership Academy, which moved to a virtual format, we graduated 7 people, and our COP committee members continue to show their leadership in EBHO and beyond. Daphne Lamprelliot joined the EBHO board last year. Willie Stevens joined the Housing California board, and Kathy Eberhardt graduated from Urban Habitats Boards and Commissions Leadership Institute.
At the local level, we finally got the city of Oakland to amend its condo conversion ordinance, extending protection to over 20,000 units in small, mostly 2 to 4 unit buildings, and expanding tenant notice requirements and tenant protections against displacement. These changes will preserve Oakland's non-assisted but often rent-controlled housing stock and prevent the potential displacement of thousands of lower-income renters, so that's a big victory. At the regional level, we played an active role to ensure that the recommendations for the regional housing needs allocation, which determines housing element targets for cities and counties, put racial and economic equity squarely at the center of its formula, and which will require racially exclusive jurisdictions to zone more land for multifamily development that can accommodate affordable rental housing.
What a year. This video is just one example of the way in which we've transformed how we engage with members and the broader community of the East Bay to educate and bring people into action for housing justice. The moral authority and voice of faith communities and housing justice can be powerful and is a unique element that we can bring to the movement. This year, our Interfaith Communities United program regrouped and transformed into our Faith and Justice Committee. We welcome our new Faith and Justice organizer, Ronnie Boyd, to support this organizing work.
It has been a long 8 months, and amid these very unique and very challenging times, we have been able to push forward, showing the resilience of our team. Our work and our priorities had to pivot, like so many other organizations. So we immediately created a COVID-related resource page. We began online programming so we could continue to engage with our membership, including one that I'm very proud of, our visioning workshop, where instead of focusing on the strategies for housing equity, we dreamt of what our communities would look like when we win. And we were able to do all of this work amid experiencing the pandemic on a personal level. So we knew that in order for us to continue to push forward, we would need to restore and reset. I'm also very excited to see EBHO get involved in anti-racist work, specifically the Black Lives Matter movement during these very crucial moments. We know that housing justice is racial justice, and this is the time to stand up and use all of your platforms, and we did that. And as a Black queer woman, I am honored and proud to be a part of that effort.